Another vlog.
Hannah Baker. Don't adjust your whatever device you're hearing this on. It's me. Live and in stereo.
Oh, wait. This is the wrong tape. My bad. That's more like it. Hey guys, welcome back to Vlog 4. Today, we're talking about how the clone troopers in the Revenge of the Sith betrayed the Jedi, their leaders and basically their own creators, and comparing to how Judas betrayed Jesus.
Thank you, Gabe. Well, first off, we're going to read Matthew 26:14-15. This is the story of... I'll actually just let it explain itself. Shoot, what did I say?
Might have to edit this out, Blake.
Yeah. We were... Okay. In Matthew 26:14-15, it says, Then one of the 12, the one called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests and asked, What are you willing to give me if I deliver him over to you? So they accounted for him 30 pieces of silver. From then on, Judas watched for an opportunity to hand him over. Here we see how Judas traded Jesus in for 30 silver coins. Judas had spent years with Jesus, and the fact that he could just turn Jesus over for money makes me sick.
As well as I, Blake. In Star Wars, the battle has been raging for quite a few years now, and the Sith were reborn at the start of it. Just like how sin entered the world in Genesis, the Sith planned a long-term plan. They went to see a world of Kamino? I'll start over. They went to the Sea of Kamino in Episode 2 of the Clone Wars, where they used Jango Fett to clone army. Later on, the Jedi were informed that old Jedi, who is now dead, was against the Jedi Council and had a clone army made for the Republic. The Jedi Council sent Obi-Wan Kenobi to Kamino to check out. He thought the army was great, and the Jedi, who were in the... What is this
Who
one?
were in dire need of an army.
Who were in dire need of an army, used the newly made clones as weapons for a bigger scheme.
What the Republic didn't know was that their new Chancellor, Emperor Palpatine, was really the Sith Lord, and he was using this long-term plan to destroy the Jedi. The plan was he gave the Jedi army and staged the whole thing. Then he made a fake army and basically staged the whole war. So basically he went off, made the clones, staged it, saying that the Jedi had made it for themselves. The Jedi couldn't ask the Jedi who he said made it, because the Jedi was already old and passed away. So the Jedi had no other option but to accept the army and use it, because at that time the Sith were under the reign of Count Dooku, were attacking the Republic worlds with their droid army. So the Republic used the clone army. So the clones made on Kamino were taught a list of orders that were engraved into their minds, and they had to follow them. One of the orders they were taught was called Order 66, and it was to execute and kill all the Jedi. When Emperor Palpatine executed Order 66, all the clones turned on their Jedi leaders.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Yes, my lord.
Judas executed his plan and betrayed Jesus. Matthew 26:47 through 50.
While he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived. With him was a large crowd armed with swords and clubs, sent from the chief priests and the elders of this people. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them. The one I kissed is a man. Arrest him. Going at once, Judas said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and kissed him.
Only a few Jedi survived: Obi-Wan, Yoda, Ahsoka, and a few others. So I guess the question is, did the clones betray Jesus or did Darth Sidious? Either way, the Jedi fell for one of the biggest mutinies that was rising from right beneath them. But there was hope. It may not come for 30 years, but there is hope. Just like how Jesus rose from the grave and conquered death and gave us a chance for eternal life, in the same way, Obi-Wan took care of Anakin and Padme's son Luke, and when he was old enough, they raised him up to eventually overthrow Emperor Palpatine and bring justice to the Galactic Empire. Wow. Well, thank you all for tuning in to Vlog 4. We'll catch you next year.
No, we won't catch you next year. It's our last one ever, Blake.